Oh, yes, beautiful people. If you are seeing my face, you know what day and time it is. It is time for our Honey Night Smackdown watch along right here on Women's Wrestling Talk. And we got so much to get into tonight. I will be your hostess. I am your hostess, Wrestling with Honey, your hostess for the evening with the mostest, the sweetest, who's the queen bee of WWT. We are back for Honey Night Smackdown, and they are live from Edmonton, Alabama. And it's going to be an exciting night. So you guys don't want to miss it. And stay tuned.
10,
Next.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling network on the planet.
It's Friday, TGIF, beautiful people of the WWT universe. It is your girl Wrestling with Honey, and I am back here for our Friday night, Honey Night Smackdown watch along. I mean, we are getting it kicked off. We have the aftermath from Bash in Berlin. And we are kicking it off with Cody Rhodes, our undisputed champion. And we just came off of a great WWT live show. Shout outs to Courtney, Said, and Councilman for a great show this evening as we prepared for this evening's events for SmackDown. Yeah. So we have Cody, and I'm sure he's going to be addressing Solo and his challenge for the undisputed title yet again. Not what I want, but hey, we'll see what happens and what transpires this evening in Alabama. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We missed you guys so much. So happy to be doing this. It was nice to get a couple of those days off, just to handle some things and to catch up on some things. And, life happens. But shout outs to the boss lady and shout outs to the professor for doing all the amazing things that they're doing over with All Caribbean Wrestling. They had a great turnout at their fest in Jamaica, and boss lady and professor were on commentary doing the work that they do, and it was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to hear all of their stories and everything that they had done out there in the beautiful Jamaica. So I'm really excited for what's going on because now it is a new season and there are new reasons to love wrestling more and more every day these days. And there's just so much that is transpiring. There's new contracts being made. There's just so much happening. The headquarters being up for sale. We talked about that on the show as well. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just a lot of crazy news, even breaking news as we speak. We have Sheamus, who just re-signed a new deal with WWE. Shayna Baszler re-signed a new deal with WWE. So much going on in the world of wrestling, and this is also the final night that SmackDown is on Fox, where it will make its new home with USA. And next week is USA week, which means every single WWE show will be taking place on the USA network in the same week. And that is pretty crazy to say. Pretty crazy to say. And the champion is looking as dapper as usual. And of course, asking the good people of Alabama, what do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? You guys let me know in the chat. Shout outs to everybody already here. Boza, pleasure having you again. Thanks again for joining us on the show. Boza says it was so nice for you guys on the panel to have Monday and Wednesday off to catch up on life. It happens. What a night to return. It's the Friday Night War, SmackDown versus Collision. Yeah, man, no shit. Victoria and Jacqueline also signed Legends deals according to Fightful. Hogan also signed a Legends deal. But yes. Dad, always a pleasure. Greetings to my lovely daughter and greetings to everyone here. Matt Spano acknowledging the tribal chief of the chat and the tribal chief of life for me, my dad. We acknowledge the tribal chief and dad, and we also acknowledge the tribal chief in Roman, who has not really scheduled to appear. He is scheduled to appear next week, but I'm wondering if he'll be there this week. And Cole is on here on SmackDown with Corey Graves, and what a pop for the legend. Nice suit, nice color suit, Cody. Hmm. Cody already predicting that he might be interrupted by Solo in a few moments. I'm surprised that Cody's even calling them the bloodline because they're not the real bloodline, but Cody is calling out the Timu bloodline. It would have been crazy if Roman's music hit just now, right? We all knew Solo's music was going to hit, but it would have just been crazy if Roman's did. And there he is, the Timu tribal chief. Not for nothing. You know what's crazy, guys? And I'm looking at him now. And I'm thinking about when Solo first appeared on the NXT scene. And I'm like, "Though this kid's going to be a star." I'm looking at him now. Timu tribal chief or not, he's a star. You know, what else can I say? We got Tamatonga Tongaloa and Jacob Fatu. I don't see a walking boot. But yes, so we have this confrontation. The Bloodline is also going to be in an 8-man tag match tonight. They're going against DIY and the Street Profits, which is going to be absolutely nutso. I think that's going to be an insane match. Very good freaking match. Unfortunately, if you guys checked out my Honey Pop predictions earlier, I did kind of say that, you know what, I might be going with Timu Bloodline on this one. Yeah. We also have Bailey versus Tiffy, Miss Money in the Bank. We also have the return of Giovanni Vinci and this new persona, this rebranding, this repackaging, this new gimmick, whatever you want to call it. And he is going to be in action tonight. He returns to the ring on his own. I think this is going to be a really cool showcase. Boza, according to Boza here, our information officer says Apollo Crews will be the one to face Giovanni Vinci. And that won't be a bad match at all. That's shades of NXT Black and Gold days. You could have been champion, but you're not, Solo. If it wasn't. Well, it seems like Solo, just the mention or the thought of even having to mention Solo's Roman's name. Solo seems very ticked by Roman's name. You damn right, though. It's true. It's true. If it wasn't for my tribal chief, he would be champion. And you hear them, you hear the people screaming, you hear what they're saying. We want Roman. Dad says Jacob got Wolverine healing powers. Yeah, no kidding. Because he's back there like nothing. What up, Jazz? Acknowledge him. Brandon Stevens, good to see you. And he predicts that Bailey's going to beat Nia Jax. Well, she's facing Tiffany tonight, so I'm not sure if she'll be beating Nia Jax. I'm sure we will see some kind of involvement from Nia Jax. That I'm positive of. Oh, so Cody just said, I ain't talking to you. Who are you looking at? He's talking to Jacob. Ooh, he said. He said Jacob Fatu step up, and he's Jacob only usually moves by the command of Solo Sikoa. But this is the Samoan werewolf we're talking about here. This is a different kind of enforcer. I know the indie fans are going nuts right now, y'all. The crowd screaming, "Step up!" Solo giving him a look like, "Who told you? Who told you to move anywhere? You listening to him or me? I'm your tribal chief." We're gonna see an implosion. Uh-oh. You gonna be are you gonna do what Solo did, or are you gonna be your own? What are we gonna do? Solo has gestured Jacob to step back down, and before that, Jacob acknowledged Solo again, and he said he loved him and he's his tribal chief. Jeffrey, what's up? He says, I ain't never seen a werewolf with grills. Me neither. I don't know if Jacob was stout. He just listened to his tribal chief. He's the enforcer. I don't know if he did. Official. No, we don't gotta wait till next week. Y'all are both in suits. Y'all know how to wrestle in suits. Let's see it. Come on now. Solo snaps his fingers, and there comes the bloodline. They're all in the ring now. Here we go. And there they are, Street Profits and DIY Avengers assemble. Let's go. Nick Aldis just is on the mic, and he's coming to the ring, and he said, "Step back and simmer down. Unless you all want to be fined, you better back up." Crowd's going crazy. Cody and Solo, they're going to be the main event. As I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. Speaking of main events, Solo versus Cody. Yeah, no interruptions. He's got a solution that's best for business, not bad for business. And this numbers game is getting old. Let's go, Nick. All this. Ooh, the steel cage. Holy. Whoa, guys. Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. You heard it here. Honeynight Smackdown made official by the general manager, Nick Aldis. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the championship in a steel cage, y'all. In a steel cage. Dad agreeing with Nick taking control of the situation, unlike Adam Pearce. I don't know if it's that he can't handle it. He just can't gain control of everything that's been going on. Oh, man. Well, okay. And there she is, the center of the universe, along with Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly, the musical again? No, please, God, no. Up, Queen has stepped in. Yes, Naya. Yes, Naya. You look, girl, you look good. That's so. Next week in the steel cage for the championship when SmackDown is going to be on the USA Network. That is huge. That's crazy. Tiffy asking Nia Jax to be in her corner against Bailey. And she said, I'll be in your corner and I'll help you like we did me last week. There's a lot of real tension going on between these two. Yep. I kind of have to agree with the queen at this point, man. You got to watch your back. The Money in the Bank is the one person you definitely need to watch your back for, especially if you're a champion, because they can cash in on you at any moment, at any time. Everybody going crazy for Nick Aldis's decision today in the chat. Nick Aldis is my GM, says Jeffrey. Boza makes a funny point here. He says WWE's countering fake TK. If you guys don't know who fake TK is, that would be Tony Khan of AEW. Fake TK, because we have the real TK here in WWT. You know what I'm saying? So that's our real TK. And then we have fake TK. So that's Tony Khan. Fake TK is Tony Khan. Has a hardcore steel cage match tomorrow night. 6 days later, WWE has their own steel cage. Yeah. And honestly, I think everybody was assuming that whatever this next match between Drew and CM Punk is going to be, definitely could be a Hell in the Cell kind of match as well. So I would have to kind of be inclined to agree that we're in the new era and we need some more stipulations. We need to up the ante a bit. We have not had one Hell in the Cell match this year. All and all this stuff, but no, like, come on now. We need chaos. We're going into the second half of the year. So listen, the first half of this year has been absolutely insane. So Lord knows what it's going to be by these next few months. Who knows what War Games is going to look like? We don't know anything, man. We don't know, but we try to keep up with as much as we could so that way we can inform you. But but yeah, so lots of different opinions on the situation going on. On the situations going on within WWE, and lots of excitement as well. And you guys always make it exciting. Jeffrey says Tiffany is lying through her princess teeth. Now, I'm going to pose this question to the chat, and I want to know what your answers are. You guys let me know. Does Tiffany in the bank contract while Nia's still champ, first of all, and if so, how long do you guys see Nia's reign going? I mean, she just got the title in SummerSlam. So what how long do you guys see her reign? When do you see it ending? And what moment should Tiffany what moment should she make, or which way should she possibly take this title? You guys let me know in the chat. Viewers, I see you. And make sure, if you guys are in this chat, don't forget to click that like button. Pour a favor, share with your friends. Let us know that Women's Wrestling Talk is the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Jeffrey says probably at WrestleMania. I'm assuming for Tiffy time. Tiffy Mania. You think we see a Tiffy Mania? Will she pull off another heist of the century, possibly? Boza says maybe lose it at the first special in December that was talked about earlier on WWT Live. All-Star Fandom, good to see you guys, says I'd love to see her run last until the Rumble. Wilson Chabonitez, good to see you, and thanks again for joining our WWT Live show earlier. as well. Tiffany should wait until well after WrestleMania to cash in. I love I love I love what they're doing with the women's division, and I kind of like the wait for her. I kind of like the tease of, is she going to do it, is she not going to do it? So I think she could wait until after Mania to cash in, but not too long after Mania, because you know we had the whole Damian Priest thing happen, but you don't want to wait too long to the point where it's time's almost up and Money in the Bank just resurfaces just like that. I want to give a shout out to somebody in this chat. It's her first time in here. Everybody shout out to my little sister here, Jazzy. She's in the chat. And my dad here says, for those who notice, Jasmine is my other daughter who was raised to be a wrestling monster like I did with Honey. So please acknowledge. I want everybody to acknowledge little sis, and let's welcome her for her first time here joining us with WWT. Shout outs to everybody. Jeffrey, thank you so much for the love. Boza says, I like the wait too. Carmella is the only real woman to wait to cash in. Overall, the longest wait at almost 290 days. She kind of, yeah, but I think Tiffy has the capabilities of doing the same thing. And everybody got their ones up. Everybody's got their ones up. And here she comes, Miss Tiffy time. Bailey's already in the ring. Cindy, oh baby girl, good to see you again. That there was no Julia segment on the show earlier is killing me. I know, trust me. We're gonna get into all that. We couldn't get into, we didn't get into too much detail of everything that happened in NXT because there's only so much that we could fit in a short amount of time, or without going over, which we kind of did today, and we ran a little late. It's just all the ups and downs and things that come with, trying to create a great show. So, but we'll definitely have to rediscover the Julia moment, because that is a very important moment going forward, especially for the WWE NXT roster. Everybody's saying hello to Jazzy. Jeffrey has a question. Says, now, honey, have you and your little sister wrestled as kids? Listen. we wrestled as a family, like literally just even like being in a pool, and we'll ask our dad to do an F5 or do, toss us around in the pool and do jumps and flips and all kinds of stuff. Of course, we wrestled in the house. We would put we had a ceiling fan where we even put a fake belt wrapped around it, and we would use the step stool as a ladder and be like extra dramatic. We would play every single theme song in the book because we had all the volume 1, 2, 3, 4, the CDs, and we would completely mimic every single entrance. Like, it's just, yeah. It's always so much fun when you're able to share something in common, especially with those you share blood with. And yeah, man, growing up, wrestling was just our thing, and it's still our thing. It's still the thing that always brings us together, and it's the thing that brings us together, so it's a beautiful thing. And we're into here with Miss Tiffy time and Bailey. One-on-one. Of course, Bailey trying to get some revenge on Miss Tiffy. Cindy says, I can't believe Pizarro's seen your tombstone, honey. Oh, believe it. Believe that for sure. Many times. I was sharpshootered, tickled, and cross-faced all in one from my dad, my aunt, my cousin or my sister. Somebody was tickling me, or everybody. It was just, we've had some fun fake matches at home. When they say don't try this at home, we were like, let's try it. Hey Bobby, good to see you. Hope you and the lady Diana are doing wonderful. Love how Bailey is wearing different wrestling boots. Yeah, she's got kind of a yin yang thing going on there. Tiffy looking like the banner of Victoria's Secret. Her outfit. Oh, I don't know what that was, but that didn't look good. Tiffy time is on fire. What a nasty drop kick to Bailey. Bailey is out. And can Tiffy time prevail against the former women's champion? If she does, that's big because not for nothing, Bailey is one of the 4 horsewomen of the women's revolution. And that would be a big moment. I need everybody in the chat to let me know exactly who they think is going to win. Who do you guys got? Do we got Tiffy? Give me some pink for Tiffy and give me some blue for Bailey. Give me something pink for Tiffy or blue for Bailey, or just type out their name and let me know who you think is going to win. Wilson says Bailey's my favorite. I'm most looking forward to her versus Tiffy. I predict it to be the match of the night. Jeffrey says I smell an indifferent interference from Naya. Bobby says I did great today in my Special Olympics activities, and then one of my coaches gives me donations for helping the homeless in my city in Virginia. That is amazing, bro. That is so awesome. I'm glad you did great. We got to see. We got to see. You got to show me some of that. Some of the things that you did in the Olympics activities. I think that's absolutely amazing. Shout outs to Bobby. Everybody give Bobby a quick shout out. Show Bobby some love. We need to start showing some love to each other in this chat and supporting each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Women's Wrestling Talk. Check out all the cool things we got going on. Jasmine's got pink for Tiffy. Wilson says Bailey. Love the support. Love to see it. Love to see it. Shout outs to the NFL. There's also football going on right now as well, guys. We got the Eagles versus the Packers tonight. Not that I care. I'm just waiting for Sunday. I can't wait for Sunday. Sunday's going to be a lot of fun. Cindy thinks that Tiffy won't win until Bianca, Jade, or Bailey are about to beat Naya. So you predict that Jade and Bianca will be losing those tag team titles? Are you one of the many that believe that they should be split up? Personally, we've had many discussions on this, and I want to definitely pose this question to you guys in the chat. What do you guys think about the tag team title being put back on the big 2 out of 3 with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill? I personally think that they're definitely a tag team that is worth keeping together and is worth more keeping together for right now, because we know eventually they can definitely face off and have a nasty rivalry, and they will absolutely kill it. They're literally the mega powers, the women's mega powers of this generation, and they could definitely create so much more history to start for them, as for them being together, more than separately, because Bianca has kind of done that already, but Bianca is also being a locker room leader for another, and welcoming Jade Cargill into the fold of the WWE machine, and she's learning, and they're both learning, and they're feeding off of each other. Like, if you saw their press conference at Bash in Berlin, their chemistry is just absolutely through the roof. I think there's so much more opportunity in them holding on to the titles right now, so I'm happy with them winning. But if and whenever they do split them up, because they will, I want you guys to let me know, when do you think that happens? How do you think that happens? And who makes the first move? Who's going to be the one to turn? Who's going to be the one to turn heel? Sorry, excuse me, my dog. Who's going to be the one to turn heel? Who's going to be the one to make the move? Who's going to be the one to betray the other partner? Shout outs to Mangum. Thank you for joining us. Dad says, keep Bianca and Jay together for now. Let the beef start at the Rumble. Cindy says, I think there's too many great women's teams right now for any one team to dominate the title. It'll be a bit hot potato-y for the next few months heading into the year. All-Star Fandom says, I was surprised that they ever lost the titles in the first place. I agree with that as well. They need to be the anchors of the women's tag team division. They absolutely should be. They should. They are the pillars right now of the current women in this industry. I mean, and we have a hell of a stacked roster built in the women's division, and we're seeing so many more women's matches being showcased. It's a beautiful thing. It's quite a different space than where we were, than where we've been. You know, it's evolved over time, but now it's like the thing. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the women, because you know we're women's wrestling talk, and that's what we love here. Bobby thinks that you keep the tag team of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I'd like to see them against Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend and JC Jane and Jasmine Nix on NXT. That would actually be sickening. I think they should totally take the titles to NXT. I think the women's tag team titles should be traveling titles, being that there's such a stacked women's roster in every brand. Queen Nia Jax on her way out to the ring after a kick out by Tiffy Time, and it was looking real close for Bayley on that win. Nia, you look amazing, girl. Tiffy Time looking to capitalize on the situation here with Bayley. What is she doing? Oh, wow. What a 1, 2, and a up. Almost for the win, and she did not quite get it. Tiffy getting frustrated. And don't forget, guys, this not this Saturday. Next in a few Saturdays, October 5th is going to be Bad Blood. Bad Blood is making a return, and I cannot wait for that PLE, excuse me. Bayley to belly. Bayley to belly. Now Bayley needs to turn over and get that pin on her somehow, but I don't know what happened to her shoulder. Something must have happened. She must have tweaked her shoulder or something. It's not looking good for Bayley right now. Nia looking to comfort. Oh, and suicide dive from Bayley, because she knows that's great veteran wherewithal by Bayley. Uh-oh. And this is where it is. This is where it starts. 1 and a 2. Bayley reversed it. Rose Plant and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Bayley has taken the win and beaten Miss Tiffy Time with a slight distraction from Nia Jax. Somebody in this chat called it. Not necessarily an interference, but definitely a distraction. Cindy says Jade will definitely be the heel. Bianca's the literal and metaphorical face of the women's division in the post Charlotte and Becky era. Very good point. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. And speaking of Charlotte, she is medically cleared. Apparently her and Jimmy Uso are medically cleared and appear to resurface as soon as this month for sure. Boza says Bayley Princess Tiffy. Yep, and clean, I might add. Of course. Dad says Bad Blood and possibly the return of Hell in the Cell, Punk versus Drew. I would totally be here for that. I would love their match to move up to that kind of a level match, because they're going to absolutely destroy each other. And here's Kevin Owens looking over the ice skates of Wayne Gretzky of the Edmonton Oilers. And of course, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller have to ruin all the fun and just poke the bear. Like, why would anyone want to with Kevin Owens? I don't want, like, are you kidding? Look at how annoyed he is. First of all, you two are idiots. Second of all, you two are morons. So good. Kevin Owens stirring up the pot a little bit, which I like. He's saying, well, since I had to fight Cody, there shouldn't be a problem with you guys fighting each other. And not for nothing, it's going to be a slapper kind of a match. It's going to be a great match. I personally think that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller should be separate by now. Totally separated by now. He took the Oilers belt off his hand and said, I'm keeping it. It's too nice for you. A 2-on-1. KO could take anything, man. KO's not scared of anything. Dad said, I'd like to see Charlotte come back next week for the premiere on USA. That would be pretty cool. Bobby's looking forward to seeing Giovanni Vinci. And speaking of, there he is. Giovanni Vinci returns live next versus Apollo Crews. I want everybody in the chat to let me know who you think is coming out on top of this. Is Giovanni Vinci going to have a successful debut? Will it be an upset? What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know. Cindy, I agree with you here. I absolutely adored the reign of the Kabuki Warriors. They took those belts everywhere. They even had 2 NXT defenses. Yes. Good ones, too. Really good ones. But yes, man, everybody, please don't forget to like that. Hit that like button on the video. Please like, subscribe, share to all things WWT Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. And we are here pretty much in the middle-ish of our Honeynight Smackdown watch along, already pushing it towards the 9 o'clock hour. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Shout outs to everybody watching. You guys could be anywhere, but you guys choose to be here, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your time ever since I've taken this journey and created this watching long for you. It's been a ton of fun, and it's something I always look forward to doing every single week. And God, those nuggets look really good. Boza calls Giovanni for the win. Boza says, I like Charlotte, don't get me wrong, but Queen Nia is enjoying her reign as the WWE Women's Champion. If Charlotte comes back, they will have Queen Nia lose to Charlotte the first chance they get, which will make me pretty sad. I would be really sad about that. I would. Maybe she comes for Liv Morgan. That'll be a different story. Because technically, the reason for this change of Liv Morgan, not just the evolution of the growth of the change that we see today, came through a few years ago when I believe Charlotte owned her on the mic that one time, was telling her to go find herself or something. It was a couple years back, but if you know, you know, if you remember, you remember. But I think that would be a pretty cool rivalry for the Queen when she returns. I would like to see her against this version of Liv Morgan. See how much Liv Morgan has really grown and bested a lot of the women, especially now, you know, dominating. Rhea Ripley successfully defending her title and winning it, keeping it, you know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for a girl from Jersey. Bobby is asking for my thoughts on the NXT talent Carmen Petrovic accepting Jordynne Grace's open challenge last night on TNA for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, and which NXT talent should be next against Jordynne Grace. It's funny you mentioned that, Bobby. We talked about that earlier on the WWT live show today. And I honestly personally said that I was really happy to see Carmen Petrovic step up to the plate and accept the challenge for Jordynne Grace. I think that was very bold and ballsy. And I think that if anybody even tries to step up to her, good luck and beware, because she is going to bring it, and she's going to bring her best, her A game every time. She is the Knockouts World Champion. I did like that Ariana Grace introduced Carmen Petrovic. She's the new liaison. Don't know what kind of tasks that will entail, but it's so good to see her again, because I've missed my girl Ariana Grace, Miss NXT. But I also think it's quite interesting that Jordan Grace is issuing this challenge and she's defending her TNA Knockouts title on NXT programming and WWE soil. That's a big deal. When I saw the announcement, I just read like the headline and it's like TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace looking to challenge for her title on NXT. TNA, like all of that in a sentence. Like, I still can't believe that we are in this type of era, in this kind of year where the partnership between TNA and WWE has become even more solidified than ever before. So, and Jordan Grace is literally the arc, the like or like the root of that deal. You know what I mean? So I personally think that's really amazing for her, and I think that's also awesome for all the women in the roster. As far as who I think she should face next, or uh who should challenge her for it next, I think the likes of Jada Parker would be absolutely fantastic. I also think even Lola Vice, as I told our mayor earlier, and and he was pretty enthusiastic about it because I was being absolutely genuine. Because we know that, you know, the great debate between our two esteemed elected officials, the mayor and the councilman, the war between Vice City and Strattonville continues, y'all. And we have Legado de Fantasma with a background segment here. It's giving. It's given like I feel like we've seen this already. Like we've seen this with Santos Escobar. We've also seen this with Tony D'Angelo on NXT. What are we really gonna do? I wonder what their next moves are gonna do. Like they're obviously toasting and cheering to something and celebrating something. Not sure what they're celebrating for because they haven't really done much. And here he comes, the return of Giovanni Vinci. There he is. He's going to be a very good heel. He's going to embrace this. I'm excited to see Giovanni Vinci as a solo act. I've never personally seen him before Imperium, me personally. Bobby says Giovanni Vinci wins. I respect Apollo Crews' work. Dad says Giovanni got to win tonight for his comeback. Boza says I wouldn't mind Charlotte Flair coming for Liv. It would be a fresh new batch of opponents for Charlotte on a Monday. I wonder if she finds a partner to go for the women's tag championship. Ooh, I like how you think, sir. Boza says if you caught TNA last night, it looks to be Wendy Chu versus Jordan Grace on Tuesday, and then Rosemary at Victory Road on Friday. Yes, don't forget to check that out, guys. And yes, according to our show earlier today, WWT Live, you know, they informed us that Jordan Grace did get knocked out, and there was a pillow left in the ring. And we all know what that pillow means, and that means Wendy Chu. That can only spell some trouble for the TNA Knockouts World Champion. So I would keep an eye over the shoulder for quite some time until she gets rid of that problem. Boza says Santos expects them to whine after he couldn't beat LA Knight. Yeah, like I'm not sure how that works. Dad says, I know this is SmackDown, but did I hear right that the excellence of execution is making an appearance on Raw? Yes, he is. And we had quite, whoa, what? It was an upset. It was an upset. Apollo Crews just beat Giovanni Vinci in seconds. In seconds. What the hell just happened? I just looked for 1 second. It was one victory roll, says Boza here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have an itch. Oh, I have an itch in my nose. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze and I can't. I hate that feeling. But what the hell was that, guys? What the hell was that? Same. Good question, All Star fandom. What the hell did I just watch? I mean, go Apollo Crews, but shit. Dad says he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. They wanted to get Karen whining about me chin. Well, we're gonna see. I'm sure we're gonna see more from these two, and of course, trying to talk her way out of a match as usual. But holy crap, Giovanni Vinci with a very, very surprising upset. If you guys are just tuning in here to Women's Wrestling Talk, thank you for joining our Honey Smackdown watch along. But that is absolutely crazy. So much for the most dramatic rollout and debut and all these vignettes and all of this stuff that we've been seeing about Giovanni Vinci. And he lost like that completely. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, if I was Giovanni Vinci, I would have totally been taking it up with the ref. Like, this would be me if I was Giovanni Vinci.
I got a lot left in the tank.
Like, he had more to do. He had so much more to do.
This is bullshit.
Crazy. Boza says that match was so cut. I'm wondering if the first segment went too long. I don't know, but the night rolls on and the show must go on, and I guess that'll leave us with more questions than answers until next week, and we find out what happens then. But we are looking at just the beginning of a very interesting start to Giovanni Vinci's debut and return here to the WWE. But shout outs, I guess. Shout out to Apollo Crews, man, for pulling off such a crazy upset. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. And I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was reading one of the comments. The Excellence of Execution is going to be making an appearance on Raw this Monday. They are going to be in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, which can only mean you can't go to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, have a wrestling show without the Hitman. And we had a very interesting conversation. I mean, I don't even know if I want to call that a conversation, but there was some earlier, very interesting comments being made earlier about the excellence of execution and certain people's feelings on how, I believe the term boring was used in there. And I just kept hearing words after a while. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to address this. I'm not going to address this. But we'll have to revisit that and maybe debate about that another time, because that's going to be a very interesting debate. But I won't forget. Bobby says Sol Ruka or Miss Parker would be a nice opponent for Jordan Grace TNA Knockouts World Championship. Sol Ruka would be awesome. I think of course Miss Jada Parker would be great too. She's a problem. She's definitely got a bright future ahead of her. Dad says Mia versus Green, Michin versus Chelsea Green. I'm interested to see more of a build up for Mia like they have been doing. Yes, finally, now that she's back on the main roster, she did a little quick stint in NXT, and she had the opportunity to possibly win the North American Championship for the first time. But now she's in good hands on the main roster, and she's definitely making a name for herself. There comes a point, I feel like, you know what it is? You can't rush these characters and their growth and rush their reigns. So sometimes I understand the sentiment of wanting to keep the Money in the Bank on Damian Priest for so long, or wanting to keep Cody with the title, or keep the streak going and things like that. I thoroughly enjoy the patience that Triple H has with booking with a lot of these storylines. I think it's well thought out. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall with Triple H and Shawn Michaels and just hear how they put together something, a match or an event, anything, and just pick off their brains, because you know they're sick. You know they're sick with it. Like, they're sick with all their ideas, and it has to come from somewhere, because like this is something that they're passionate about. And if they're passionate about it, it's going to come out great, and regardless of whatever kind of response you may get from the audience, whether they're booing or whether they're cheering, no matter what, you're still going to hear them, and those seats are going to get filled. But I really, really enjoyed not having to rush their build-ups and their characters, because before, when they moved up to the main roster, it felt like, okay, here, we're just going to throw you there and hopefully everybody knows who you are. Now you know who a lot of these people are. And here we go. Kevin Owens waiting for A-Town Down Under as they make their way to the ring for their 2-on-1 match. But I just had to acknowledge that really quick with the build-up, being that, Dad, you mentioned the build-up for Michin. Boza says Honey may have missed Sir Nicholas demanding Michin versus Karen. No, actually, I caught that. I absolutely caught that. And it's about time, because I like to see my girl Chelsea Green in action. And she definitely, I wonder where they are next Friday, because they're going to be in Calgary on Monday. So it would have been kind of fitting if Chelsea Green was there on Monday. Maybe she will show up Monday. I mean, Randy showed up on Monday. Grayson Waller donning a Panthers jersey, I'm sure, and to upset the Oiler fans. The Florida Panthers, for those of you who are hockey fans. And here we go. Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Oh, it's a triple threat match. Oh, okay. I thought this was a 2-on-1. It's about to turn into a triple threat match, though, because once the shit hits the fan between these two, they finally split them up. It's going to be great. And already taking this to the outside. You know Kevin Owens don't play that. Oh, Kevin Owens cleaning house. Waller and Theory catching on to it, throwing him into the barricade there. And they're already breaking out the tables. It's a good thing that people weren't chanting "We want tables," because if they did pull them out after the crowd was chanting that, they would have booed them. All of these things are legal in a triple threat match. They are. Huh. Somebody knocked down that prime stand. Kevin Owens trying to go for a power bomb on Grayson Waller through the table, and he succeeds. Oh my God, broke the table in half and completely broke Grayson Waller in half. Kevin Owens under control with this match already. That is so crazy. Well, in the meantime, let's take a quick commercial break with the message from our sponsors, and make sure you guys go check out all things wwtalkpod.com. Check out all that cool merch. Follow the drip, be part of the team, support the cause. Be right back.
Have you heard the news? It's pretty big. I heard from my friend who heard from her friend all the way from the Caribbean. Well, when I heard from my friend, I became super excited. And I think you guys will like it too. WWT now has an official partner, and it's All Caribbean Wrestling, the premier promotion across the Caribbean. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views, or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1. Now, you make sure you go and check them out and tell them WWT sent you. You hear me?
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen, not knowing what you want to do, like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like, literally. Are you for life in pink? or black and white. Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to wwtalkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Can't no man knock me out. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody. This is my show. This is my camera. I run it all.
You already know. Just had to throw in a quick reminder there to acknowledge your tribal chief, your one and true original OG tribal chief, Roman motherfucking Reigns. But yes, shout outs to All Caribbean Wrestling for being amazing sponsors, and shout outs to them for a successful event at that Jam Fest in Jamaica as well. Heard it was a successful event. The Boss Lady and Professor were out there doing some great things and some commentary work, and just all the good things. It's actually going to be pretty amazing to hear all their stories when they get back. Miss them. Can't wait till they resurface around to the show and we could all be together like one big happy family again. And we're back to the action. Austin Theory seems to be taking some control in this match now. You know what I just noticed? Kevin Owens. I love you, Kevin Owens. You know what I just noticed? I just noticed Kevin Owens' shirt is an ode and homage to Red Dead Redemption. I absolutely love that. Love that. And a nasty DDT to Austin Theory. I thought it was Grayson Waller. They both looked alike for a second. Hope the parents of Women's Wrestling Talk had a great show in Jamaica. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. Can't wait to hear more about it. Seen some things on their socials. Make sure you guys check them out and follow them and support all the things that we have going on wwtalkpod.com. We always have new interviews and new things going on. Check out the whole entire crew with their shows. Shout outs to everybody on the team. East Coast, West Coast, Midway, wherever you're at. Just some great things going on at wwtalkpod.com, and cop some merch. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Women's Wrestling Talk. Like this video, share this video with your friends, everybody who likes wrestling, all things wrestling. We cover all kinds of wrestling here, especially women's wrestling as well. And I thank you for being part of our Honey Smackdown watch along. Kevin Owens is just keeping it rocking and rolling right here on Austin Theory and completely having the upper hand in this triple threat match. And he's going up top. I'm assuming a swanton is involved, and there it is. And successful landing. Kevin for the pin. 2 and 3. No, almost a 3. Grayson Waller broke the pin. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. Yes, please go like and subscribe the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube as well. That will be my personal platform there, where I will be having a lot of cool things coming out real soon. I'm actually trying to get to 100 subscribers. So if you guys can help me, the thing you should do right now is go over real quick and check out the Wrestling with Honey podcast and like and subscribe to that page. I'm like 20 to 30 away from 100 subscribers, and I think I should be able to make that. Trouble in paradise for A-Town Down Under. Shout outs. Austin Theory doing all the work, and Grayson Waller trying to capitalize for himself and take the credit. Yep, here we go. Like I said, the shenanigans begin. Mag Mangum says, glad Labor Day is over because Kevin Owens broke all the tables for holding the potato salad. Oh my God. You remember that? Wow. Bobby says, shout out to you too. Thank you, Bobby. Shout outs to you. You're the man. Cindy says, do you reckon Julia takes the title from Roxanne at CW? I think that's a conversation for another time for predictions. I don't want to stray too far from SmackDown, but you'll know my take very soon. I promise you that. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Kevin Owens got Austin Theory on his shoulders, rolling senton off the top rope 1 and 2, and Grayson Waller takes him off, slides Kevin off of Austin Theory just in time to get the kick out. Grayson Waller trying to go for a suplex. Oh, here we go. Go off, Kevin Owens. You are a beast. And Kevin Owens just keeps on fighting in a 1 and a 2. And Austin Theory breaks up the pin. There's a lot of back and forth going on in this match. I wish I had known this match was going to be advertised, because my prediction would not have been Kevin Owens having the upper hand on both these guys. But we're on the cusp of breaking these guys up. So I guess this is what's going to happen. I'm guessing that's what could happen. Bobby says you definitely get 100 subscribers before this year is over. From your lips to God's ears, my good friend. Uh-oh. Almost ran into Grayson Waller on the outside. Kevin Owens trying to go for a stunner. Bumps into Waller. Roll up by Austin Theory. Nope. Kick out. And here comes the kick and a stunner by Kevin Owens. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. And that is it for Kevin Owens. He has laid to rest Austin Theory, put him on his ass. And there goes Grayson Waller being a sore loser. Of course. Hold on, guys. I gotta plug in my iPad. What a good match, though, right? Austin Theory. A-Town down a rolling flatliner by Waller and Theory, and they come out on top. And apparently still going strong, or so it seems. I give it to them, though. They held it down. Mag says, good match for KO, 3 out of 5 stars. That was definitely a great match. Austin Theory flew to Calgary on that stunner. Yeah, they're definitely going to. Definitely going to. Dad says, observation, KO's beating on the former tag team champs. Amazing. Good point. And there he is. He is him, and that is Mr. Carmelo Hayes, former NXT champion. He is him. And he has been having such pretty damn good matches the last few weeks with Andrade. And they've put on some pretty good bangers the last couple of weeks. And not for nothing, I'm here for it. If you're here for Andrade versus Melo, give me a hell yeah in the chat. Yes. It just recapping all the matches that they've had in the last couple of weeks. Some really good back and forth. There's 4 matches between these two. All bangers. I need their match on a grander scale now. So now it's 2-2, and there needs to be a winner. There has to be a tiebreaker. Has to be. Hey, there is the United States champion, the megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah. Yeah, he calls himself him. He calls himself him. Carmelo calls himself him. I think it's kind of funny that Carmelo Hayes' name is Carmelo Hayes and Kehlani Jordan both have names of basketball stars in their names. which is pretty interesting. Love them for that. Can't wait for heel Kaylani, quite honestly. Everybody says hell yeah in the chat because they love to see Andrade versus Mello. We are totally sold and here for that. LA Knight. Who would be the next challenger for LA Knight? Everybody, let's pose this question from Bobby in the chat. He's interested to see who's next for LA Knight. Who do you guys see to be the next challenger for the United States Championship? I totally guessed tonight that Giovanni Vinci would do it, but we saw where that went. Mag says Andrade should challenge LA Knight next for the United States title. Let me get some more answers. I want to know what else you guys think. Who else would be a worthy challenger? Let's see. I'm thinking I think maybe someone like someone like Karrion Kross maybe would be interesting. Unexpected out of left field. Bobby says maybe an NXT talent like Dante Chen. If for those of you guys who don't know, Dante Chen is a very, very special talent from the NIL program of NXT, and he's also making his way to the NXT and made his way to the NXT roster with some great matches that he put on with Lexis King. He was also in the I think a breakout tournament, and he's the first he's the first wrestler, some WWE superstar that's from Singapore, which is absolutely amazing. And he's a great talent. He has like some crazy capabilities, like a luchador mixture with like a Jeff Hardy high fly style or RVD ish, and then he's also very athletic and very witty in the ring. So he's very he's a very good potential. I think NXT talent also has potential to do some great things and possibly answer some open challenges from the megastar. He also, yes, thank you, Bobby. He also did that match on TNA as well. Dad says, I know he's the enforcer and he's got to stay with the bloodline story, but Jacob Fatu, that would be epic. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. But then what do? You have Jacob Fatu win and then the whole bloodline has gold except for Solo. And that would be kind of odd because it's like you're nothing like the tribal chief. At least when the tribal chief was the tribal chief, he had belts. 2 of them. And everyone had a belt on that team, even Sami freaking Zayn. Music Destination, good to see you, says Chubby Cheeks. Okay. Mag says, good call, honey. Karrion would be a good choice. I think Karrion Kross is a very slept on freaking wrestler, man. I think everybody sleeps on him way too often and way too much. And it needs to stop because the disrespect that and the slander I've seen spoken about Karrion Kross is unbearable for me. I think what they're building with him and what they have built with him and Final Testament is doing just fine. I just think he needs more of a solo showing, less faction, more solo. Get everyone gold except Solo, right? The irony in that, right? Because you'll be nothing like the tribal chief and you're walking around calling yourself the tribal chief, and this what makes you the Timu tribal chief. Like, that would be hilarious. I think that would be so great. Freaking Jimmy and Jay with freaking titles of their own too. Like, please. Like, and it's not like Roman needs a belt now at this point. Yeah, I said it. Roman has come to the point now where he does not need a title to be relevant or stay relevant. He's always the needle mover. He will continue to be the needle mover. Period. Wow, October 4th, 2019, Friday Night Smackdown on Fox was for the very first time. The Rock, Baron Corbin, and Becky Lynch. Holy shit, yeah. Bad Bunny, Randy Orton, Logan Paul, Halliburton, and Brunson. We had a lot of there's been a lot of cool moments that's happened on Fox here. Terrence Crawford, Bailey when she turned, Ding Dong, hello, Charlotte, longest reigning tag team champions, the Tribal Chief. Damn it! Ugh, think of all the story bloodline, like the Usi. Like, come on, man, great moments. Sammy and Kevin reuniting. Paul Heyman making fun of John Cena. Dom telling his mother to shut up. So many good moments. Nice. I like that. Bobby asks, which WWE main roster talent would you like to see against Jordan Grace in the future? Definitely Jada and Lola. Sol Ruka even, and I would like to see just for shits and giggles, because I know she'd be a great sell for the match, Ariana Grace. Yeah, LA Knight, the megastar, the United States champion, making his way to the ring with some words. I'm sure he will be issuing his next challenge, and we will be finding out soon who that challenger will be. Boza says, honey, they're going back to 10-6, 10-6-19. I agree. Roman doesn't need a belt. JMO 1000, good to see you. He asks the question, top 3 wrestling managers of all time. Top 3. Okay. This is a conversation. And everybody, feel free to let me know your answers as well in the chat. Don't forget to like this video and share it and subscribe to Women's Wrestling Talk as well as the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube. Top 3 wrestling managers of all time. I'm going to go with Paul Heyman. This is a big one. Paul Heyman is definitely one of those. Definitely one of those. Sister Sherry or Sensational Sherry. And let's see. Paul Bear. Paul Heyman. Oh no, I said Paul Heyman, Bobby Heenan. Did I say Bobby Heenan? No, I said Paul Heyman, Sister Sherry, and Paul Bear from me personally. Bobby Heenan is definitely one of those greats, but I couldn't not put Sister Sherry. I mean, a lot of would even say Miss Elizabeth. Michael Hayes. Carmelo Hayes has interrupted the megastar. Trish Stratus even was a great manager. You can't lie and forget. We can't sit here and forget about Stephanie McMahon, Deborah. But I'm all time and long term, I'm thinking Paul Heyman, Sensational Sherry, and Paul Bear. Those are my 3, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for the question, JMO. I appreciate that. Bobby says, main roster talents that I would like to see against Jordan Grace in WWE, like Bianca Belair and Zelina Vega, Lyra Valkyria, and Natalya. Natalya and Jordan Grace would be ridiculous. That would be really, really good. Bianca Belair too. Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Those are some really, really good ones. Zoe Stark, Mag says also. Dad's top 3 is Bobby Heenan, Paul Heyman, and Paul Bear. Ellsworth as a manager. Oh, why did I say Edmonton, Alabama? They're in Canada. I'm such an idiot. I just realized that. I'm so stupid, guys. Because it said AB in there. But I guess they meant Alberta, Canada. Got Andrade also interrupting the megastar as well as Carmelo Hayes. The speed champion is here. El Ídolo making his way to the ring. Bozes says LA is digging on that asshole, and by that asshole we mean Logan Paul. He has defended twice on TV, 5 at house shows, more than his predecessor. Yeah, definitely did. Armando Estrada was a great manager. Good one, Bobby. This is a very good one. Nobody remembers that they beat you twice. You remember. You were the ones that put up the 2-2. Carmelo, what are you talking about, dog? Carmelo Hayes saying nobody remembers that you beat me twice, but at the end of the match last week, he was like 2-2. You know what? This is what I have to say to Carmelo Hayes.
You're lying.
Like, I don't understand where you get off in lying like that.
Why would that man play games with me? Why would you play games with me?
But I digress, and I was just giving us a reason to see our tribal chief once again. Jimmy Hart, another great manager. Absolutely. Andrade versus LA Knight. Well, it could be Andrade versus Melo versus LA Knight. Andrade has also been an experienced United States champion. Andrade saying a mouthful there. He said, I don't know what you said, but check your tone. Laying hands on him. There's hands being. Andrade shoved Melo into LA Knight. Andrade got the best of Melo there, and LA Knight with a BFT on Andrade. With shades on, you're ruining those poor suits. Of course, Melo taking in all the glory of the fact that LA Knight knocked out Andrade, telling him he looks stupid. But little does he know that LA Knight is coming back in the ring for some more action. And boom, you could get it too. LA Knight keeping that you want some, come get some. Yep, triple threat. I smell a triple threat as well for WWE week for sure. For USA week, it's going to be off the chain. It's going to be really, really good. Triple threat match, guys. I think that's what we're going to see. JMO 1000. I'm going to pose this question to the chat as well. What is your favorite wrestling video game? Honestly, I always loved the Smackdowns. The Smackdowns were awesome. Dad also says triple threat coming. Yep. It seems we're all in agreement here and we're all on the same page. We're all on the same wavelength. We're coming close because Bad Blood will be approaching very soon. So we're gearing up for pretty much that. Who are you talking to, Nick, all this? Yes, they have. It's Chelsea Green. They have Samantha's voice announcing Chelsea Green's music before she comes out. Come on now. We got Michin versus, as Boza likes to call her, the WWE Karen, but I'm gonna call her Chelsea Green. I respect the girl and I love her in ring work. I love her also her. I also love her. I also love her antics, and I just love how extra she is. She's grown on me a lot, and she's still great in the ring. Listen, she's come a long way from being humiliated by Stephanie McMahon when she first appeared on the scene. And of course, Piper Niven, the powerhouse at her side. Yeah, it's like the Miz. She's so damn good, you freaking hate it, but you have no choice but to respect it. Mag's favorite video game, SmackDown, Bring the Pain in, WWF All Stars, way over the top. Let's see. Let's go Chelsea Green. I respect Michin ring and work all the time. Jazza says Ross versus SmackDown 07. Can only pick one wrestling game to play forever. It would have to be 2K. It would have to be WWE 2K right now, the recent one. Because doing that GM mode and doing the make your own character and the story mode and all of that, like you could do that forever. I know I could. And just keep racking up on your players and unlocking everything. Dad says, I'm starting to like this green chick. Remember when she was the crazy jilted bride in TNA? Yes, she was. She's come a long way and she is doing quite great for herself. She also let's not forget the phenomenal showing she put on during the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She absolutely killed it in Toronto. Or Toronto, excuse me. I know. I remember. I just thought back to the show when we had when we were talking about Toronto and Toronto. Like they're saying you don't pronounce the T's as strongly, so it's Toronto, and just came to my memory, and I don't know why it just came out, but it just did. And you're here, and I'm thankful you guys are here. So we're already. I can't believe it's already 9:30. We're on the cusp of the end of SmackDown, and we've just been chit-chatting it up and time is flying, so that means we must be having fun. So I just want to give everybody a shout out and show some love to you. I appreciate all the energy in here as always, and we are here for our final half hour. We know that the main event is going to be the 8-man tag, so I'm sure that will be transpiring after this singles match between Chelsea Green and Michin. But in case you are just joining us, just listening, or just coming in to view, we are here for the Honeynight Smackdown watch along, and so much has already happened. We had Cody Rhodes kick off the show confronting Solo Sikoa about his challenge for the Undisputed Championship. We've had some back and forth between Great Austin Theory and Kevin Owens as well, stirring the pot a little bit. We just saw some triple threat possibilities, I think, that are going to be happening pretty soon, and sooner than we think, for the megastar LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, as well as Andrade. They are vying for some gold, and all I know is the megastar just needs to be on the lookout. We also saw Tiffy versus Bayley tonight as well. And Bayley actually came out victorious. Nia Jax kind of distracted the ref, not intentionally, but there's been some tension between the princess and the queen, and they need to figure out the dynamics of their relationship going forward, because it's looking a little rocky. And right now, we are getting into Michin, and I'm surprised this girl is still standing after last Friday, because Nia Jax completely put her through it in that street fight. And she unfortunately didn't come out on top in the match. She got completely obliterated by the queen and the women's champion, but she is still here, back and ready for more, and she is ready to get it on and face off against Chelsea Green. I would just have to keep an extra eye out, because Piper Niven is not too far behind, and the bell is rung, and here we go. And that's right. Chelsea Green was pulling in some double time. If you guys had watched on Tuesday for NXT, we have the arrival, coming off of the pay-per-view PLE No Mercy, after Roxanne successfully defended her title against Jada Parker for the women's championship. Julia, um, who's been signed with NXT for quite some time. She's a New Japan Pro sensation, women's champion, all the above, and looking to be the next challenger for Roxanne. So, and Chelsea Green had a very interesting interaction because she went to NXT recently and confronted Roxanne as well as Julia and got her teeth knocked out. So I'm surprised she's standing as well. Both of these women in this match have gone through quite the week. Quite the week. Chelsea Green letting her have it. Pin 1, 2, and a kick out by Michin. Chelsea Green staying on top of everything and making sure that Michin does not have any breathing room. Max says, thank you, honey, for a great show. Appreciate you guys as always. Bobby says, Chelsea Green would be a great opponent for Kehlani Jordan. Yes. I think I need to run it. I want them to run it back to Kehlani Jordan versus Sol Ruka again, because that needs to happen. That was a great match. Boza says, Mia is favoring her ribs after our queen squashed the garbage can. Listen, man, she completely obliterated her. If you guys didn't see it, Nia Jax basically, Michin was coming to Nia. Michin put the garbage can over her head, knocked her out and laid her down, and then did the bonsai drop from the top rope with Michin in the trash can. Like, wild. That was wild. Michin in the trash can was pretty fucking wild. Oh my God. I don't know what that was, but that looked like some form of a DDT or not. Like, she completely knocked out Chelsea in the corner there. Michin looking to end this match, but Piper Niven is up on the apron here. Of course, trying to distract Michin from her focus. And there goes Chelsea with a roll up. 1, 2, kick out by Michin. Michin for a kick again. Going for the midsection. Uh-oh. Chelsea Green reverses. Oh. What? Watch out, Chelsea. Looks to me like Michin's going to fly. I smell a suicide dive. Here we go. She's still grabbing those ribs, though. Be careful. Oh. She takes out Chelsea Green, and she is fired up. This is what I'm saying. Michin, if I were Michin, I'd keep an eye out for Piper Niven. Watch out, because she's a problem. Chelsea Green. Oh, Chelsea Green with a security kick completely knocked Michin on the outside. And Michin is taking her time getting up, and senton. Running senton by Piper Niven on her ribs, and her ribs are already in bad shape. This is not good for Michin. And now here we go. Shenanigans. Chelsea Green looking for the finish. There it is. The unpretty her, and pin 1, 2, and a 3. That is a win for Chelsea Green. Boza says this is why he calls her Karen. Karen's bitching, moaning, and complaining, and Karen can't beat Michin on her own. But I guess it wouldn't make her a Karen if she didn't do it, right? So, but I don't know. I hate that term. Like, it's so stupid, so old. But I get it. She's the one that asks for the manager. And here we go. We're going to be gearing up and getting ready for the 8-man tag, our main event for the last 20 minutes of Friday Night Smackdown. And mind you guys, this is the final Friday Night Smackdown on Fox. It's been a really big night. It's been a really great night. I appreciate everybody who's watching and who stays here for the 2 hours that I am here and allowing me to host this wonderful evening. And, you guys could be anywhere, but you choose to be here. And I appreciate this. JMO 1000, thank you so much for the comment. Another great stream. I truly hope this channel grows tremendously. I appreciate it, and it continues to grow. And I love to be able to to contribute and help out and be a part of something really special. So Bobby says, I always enjoy watching your stream. I appreciate it. I always enjoy having you guys watching this stream. Boza says this was a great match. Of course, Chelsea would win. You had no choice. I mean, I think it's quite odd that you had Chelsea Green win with her bodyguard around, but Tiffany didn't. And Nia's technically her bodyguard, technically her muscle. So I like the irony in that. A lot of good action tonight. A lot of really, really good action tonight. And we're gonna continue to see more for sure. But we got the 8-man tag match coming up tonight, and it is main eventing this evening's finale of SmackDown on Fox, Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. And we have the Timu Bloodline, which consists of Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga Tongaloa, as well as the Timu Tribal Chief Solo Sokoa, versus the Street Profits and DIY, both former tag team champions in their respective brands, as well as in NXT. I think this is going to be absolutely amazing as far as how this Timu, this 8-man tag is going to end. To answer your question, Dad, I personally think that the Timu Bloodline is going to come out on top. And that's where I'm going with it, and that's what I'm sticking to. I feel like maybe I mean Roman isn't set to appear tonight. He might not. I think I would think that he would probably show. He's going to be scheduled to appear for September 13th edition of SmackDown, which is going to be next week. Could he possibly make an appearance tonight? I think so. I absolutely think so. When they think that they're on top and they're standing victorious over the other 4 men, and Roman completely comes in and ruins the party. Absolutely. I would love that. I don't think that it would be smart though for for Roman. Or could we possibly see Roman and Cody come out and help Roman if he's getting jumped? Like, we're gonna run into that moment really soon. So Timu Bloodline for the win, with or without shenanigans. There's always gonna be shenanigans with this bloodline. I think win with shenanigans. And yes, if you guys are tuning in, we got Monday night. The Bret the Hitman Hart will be coming in for Monday Night Raw on USA. Got the Wyatt Six versus American Made in 8-man and woman tag team action. Liv Morgan, Drew McIntyre, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So it's gonna be pretty crazy, guys. It's gonna be crazy, pretty crazy, pretty crazy. It's going to be USA week next week. Raw's going to be on USA, NXT is going to be on USA, and SmackDown is going to be on USA all in 1 week. That's pretty damn cool. We obviously know that Raw will be getting a new home come January, which will be Netflix. NXT will be moving to CW very soon, and SmackDown is going to be staying on USA. It's going to be a lot of fun. And they're showing Bash in Berlin last Saturday when the big 2 out of 3 won the tag team titles. And I'm so glad they have those titles back. You have no idea, guys. I think it's great that they gave them the titles back. I didn't want them to break up. I didn't want them to break up. I didn't even want them to lose the titles the first time, quite honestly. But these are Mark Henry's girls we're talking about here. And when we talk about Mark Henry,
I got a lot left in the tank.
and that's exactly how I felt about the big 2 out of 3. They got a lot left in the tank as a tag team. And I think there's so much more that they can do and accomplish and conquer. So I am so here for the second title reign. I am here for it. It's going to create a great story by the time the breakup or the split up happens, the one that everybody's just banking on to happen right now so far. But it's not going to happen right away. You can't rush these things. You have to slow cook it. Next Friday is going to be taking place. Oh, okay. So Kevin Owens, after everything that occurred with Austin Theory, Kevin Owens, and Grayson Waller, Kevin Owens is going to have a mystery partner. I wonder who that could be. I bet I know who's going to be. It's probably going to be Sami Zayn. I'm going to guess it right now. I think Sami Zayn is going to be Kevin Owens' mystery partner against Waller and Austin Theory next week on SmackDown. Then we also have Andrade versus Mello again, which will be number 5. And also for the main event, we have undisputed WWE Championship on the line with Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match. This is going to be wild next week. This is going to be some good stuff next week. So we definitely got to make sure everybody is here. Make sure you guys tell your friends and make sure they tell their friends and let them know that Wrestling with Honey is having a Honey Smackdown watch along, and we do this every Friday, and next one's going to be a big one. So you got to be here. Make sure you tune in. If you guys haven't liked this video, please make sure that you do. Quick, click that like button. And Byron Saxton in the back with DY and the Street Profits. Lots of history between these two tag teams here. Boza says he thinks it's going to be RKO versus A-Town Down Under. Bobby also predicts that Randy Orton will be the one to join Kevin Owens as a tag team partner. Lots of indifference here, but lots of respect for these two teams. And BFAB has made it known they are up and they want the smoke. Let's go. Great interview, Byron Saxton. And here comes the Timu bloodline with their Timu tribal chief. I think, you know what? Not for nothing. I talk my shit here, guys. I know I talk my shit about this Timu bloodline, but you know, I'm just working the gig, right? But not for nothing. This to see Solo break out, be a leader, and to know that the Gorillas of Destiny are here, and then you got Jacob Fatu in the mix. Like, it's just absolutely like crazy, and it has to be so special for their family to see these guys together. And you like imagine being with your brothers and your cousins doing wrestling. Like that's freaking dope. Like that's really freaking dope. So shout outs to them. Shout outs to them for that personal aspect of it. You know, the wrestling's been in their blood for years. It's been in their blood for decades, and they're like now it's extending the future of the Samoan bloodline and the Samoan dynasty. Like, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. These progressive commercials are too much. I can't take it. But speaking of commercial, I'm just going to leave you one last time with a message from our sponsors and to give you a chance to go cop that merch as well.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like, literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to wwtalkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Go cop that merch, whether it's on the left or right. I'm not sure which direction you're looking at on the screen, but if you see a QR code in the corner, make sure you scan that. And that is access to all our cool merch and all things www.talkpod.com. Check out everything we got. Buy the merch, support the cause, be one of the crew with WWT Live, as well as shout outs to our amazing sponsors, All Caribbean Wrestling, for an amazing event at their Jam Fest in Jamaica. Shout outs to the professor and the boss lady for doing amazing things on commentary work and everything they got going on. Can't wait till they're back and they can talk to us more about their endeavors over in the beautiful island of Jamaica. And I've personally never been to Jamaica. I would love to go, so I'm gonna have to find a way to make a trip to one of these all Caribbean wrestling events. They are gonna have another one coming up, I believe, in October as well. So make sure you check all their socials on All Caribbean Wrestling, Instagram and Twitter/X as well. And of course, if you're a football fan, this isn't a football stream, but we talk sports here, and wrestling is definitely one of our sports. We got Cowboys and Browns. Not that I care. I'm more of a Pittsburgh Steelers girl myself, if you see my little terrible towel over here. We got Street Profits on their way to ringside, hyping up the crowd. And they are going to have their hands full tonight, but hopefully it would take the Profits and DIY and their experience. But then again, this is a group that has never worked together before. You're going against a family group, a family-based faction. Considering the chemistry between them and the chemistry between DIY and Street Profits might not be the same. Ooh, Dad, interesting. Are you I think I know what you're trying to do for an ending. Dad says, I think shenanigans with it ending with Paul Heyman via satellite with a warning. That would be very interesting now, wouldn't it? DIY and Street Profits got the upper hand. Bloodline outside trying to rethink their strategy here. And here we go. Dawkins and Tongaloa. One half of the Gorillas of Destiny, aka the tag team champions. Nasty clothesline by Dawkins. Here we go. Tag to Montez Ford. Now business is about to pick up in this match for sure. Clothesline to Tongaloa. Montez keeping that momentum. I need to see Montez and Tama Tonga. That's what I need to see. Or even Johnny and Tama Tonga. Ooh. Like, I don't think we understand how slept on this match is going to be, because these guys, these are some good wrestlers we have here in this rig. Like the indie, from the indie side, as well as DIY and Street Profits on NXT side, because they put on some banger matches on Black and Gold years. And the chants are beginning. The crowd wants Roman. Bobby thinks that Montez Ford is a future WWE United States champion. I think that would be amazing, considering that he's a former Marine or in the Navy or the Army, one of those, one of the three. I want to say it was the Marines. Here we go. Now we got Tommaso Ciampa and Tama Tonga in here. This is going to be a crazy exchange. Oh my God. Jacob Fatu just tagged in. And oh my God. Completely smashed Tommaso Ciampa into like the next planet, dude. There is no controlling this man. Like, I don't care who Solo thinks he is. There's gonna come a point in time where you cannot and will not be able to control Jacob Fatu ever. Even his tags are intense. Oh my God. You almost knocked out Corey, man. Bloodline taking things outside. Things are getting nasty around here. Things are getting shenanigy. Very shenanigy. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. 10 more minutes left of this crazy, crazy main event. As we predicted, we knew it would be pretty crazy. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Shout outs to everybody that has been here with me for the last 2 hours. I want to know what you guys in the chat think about this evening's SmackDown, and what has been your favorite part so far. What are the rivalries you're interested in seeing for next week? And yeah, just let me know, guys. We got 10 minutes left with each other. Let's make it count. Let's make it good. Make sure you like and subscribe to All Things Women's Wrestling Talk. Oh wow, that's crazy. I'm just looking at football results. Make sure you check everything out, All Women's Wrestling Talk, all Caribbean Wrestling as well, and make sure you check All Things Wrestling with Honey. Please go like and subscribe the new YouTube that I have coming up for my brand, the Wrestling with Honey podcast. I'm gonna have a lot of cool things planned for you guys. I'm just making sure everything is perfect. I am a perfectionist. I take time with things, and sometimes I take too much time with things, and you know, I want things to be perfect, but you know what, I just need to just put it all out there, and I promise you it's going to be so great. It's going to be a great time. But I appreciate more than anything Women's Wrestling Talk allowing me to have this platform to be able to do this with you guys as well. But with you know, without Women's Wrestling Talk, I'd have no room to grow doing this. I love doing this. I look forward to doing this every Friday with you guys. It's one of my favorite days of the week because of the fact that I get to do this with you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. What's been your favorite thing of the night so far? What do you see for the future? What are you predicting for next week? What do you think is going to happen on Monday? Let me know. Bobby says, I'd like to see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven go after Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Bobby also says, I'm enjoying SmackDown, but I wish Giovanni Vinci got more time in the ring. Yeah, I kind of wish that debut didn't happen the way it did. And here we go, back to the action. Jacob Fatu is back in the ring and taking out Tommaso Ciampa, and he completely missed. He missed him in the corner. Now Tama Tonga, the legal man, trying to suplex him, and is not. They're both blocking each other's suplexes right now. Up, and he got him. Tommaso Ciampa got Tama Tonga in that suplex and executed it well. And now we got some hot tags coming from the Street Profits and DIY side. Tommaso Ciampa needs to find a way to tag somebody in, please. And now we have Solo Sikoa. Ciampa trying to kick him off of him, trying to gain some momentum there. And now he goes. We got a tag, and he's gone and tagged Johnny. He tagged both Gargano and Dawkins. And now they're both doing the same thing, step up enziguri kicks. And they're working together in this case, though. And it's so far it's working. Completely taking out the Timu Tribal Chief. Super kick to Tonga Loa and Tama. Holy shit, I couldn't even say that 5 times fast if I wanted to. Montez over the top from the heavens and just toppled Jacob Fatu. Gargano has a suicide dive with Tama. Angelo Dawkins, oof. Slam solo 1, 2, and a no. Kick out. Kick out, guys. Kick out. This is getting crazy, y'all. And now we have Ciampa back in. And he's pulling down the knee pads. Remember when he used to do this Shades of NXT Ciampa? Oh, and he missed. Solo grabbed him. Did he just do a rock bottom? Solo just did a rock bottom, y'all. Up, almost a 3 count. Almost a 3 count. But Ciampa survives. And this has been an intense match as predicted and expected. Uh-oh, now we got everybody on the outside here. But Tama and Ciampa, they're up top here. I don't know what Ciampa's planning to do here. What are they going to do? A suplex? A superplex from the top rope? Oh my God. Suplex onto all the other guys. Holy shit. And there's just a pile of bodies and carnage everywhere. Ford was trying to get Ciampa up from the ring for a bit. But no. The crowd is chanting holy shit and now they're blocking it. I can't hear anything. Holy shit. The 8-man and not for nothing. Yeah, this had to be a banger match for the debut of the Timu Bloodline all together as one faction. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Jacob Fatu breaking up the pin. And I think this is where it ends, y'all. It ends with Jacob Fatu. I will acknowledge Jacob Fatu before I acknowledge Solo Sikoa. I'll put it to you like that. And he has just been tagged in and super kick to Gargano. Some pick up Samoan drop to Tommaso Ciampa. Super kick to Dawkins. And oh my God, here it comes for Montez. Squashed, crushing him in the corner. Oh my Lord. Dropping him on his head. Completely took out Montez Ford like a bad habit. He's tagged, and now he's tagged Solo. I'll acknowledge Jacob Fatu before I acknowledge Solo. That's all I'm gonna say. Holy shit. And there it is. Samoan Spike by Solo Sikoa to Montez Ford. And I think another one. And 1 and a 2 and a 3. And that's all she wrote. The Timu Bloodline. The Timu Bloodline advances further as a faction. Good match for them as well. Yeah, Mag, I have to agree. They definitely had a great match. Even Tonga Loa didn't fuck up either. It's no shade. Boza says, why do I think Roman shows up next week to set up Roman versus Solo for Bad Blood? I think that's definitely going to happen if nothing happens in the last 3 minutes. But this is going to be in a cage match, and this is where Cody loses, and Roman's going to have something to do with it. I mean, Cody wins, and Roman's going to have something to do with it. Jacob Fatu placing the Ulafala on Solo Sikoa, and they all acknowledge him as the tribal chief with no gold. Shout outs. Signing off from Fox. And we'll be on the USA Network next week. That's the second time, man. It's ended with the Temu bloodline this way. That's pretty crazy, guys. What a night. What a night. I can't believe it's over already. Just like that. We are at the end of our Honeynight Smackdown watch along here with Women's Wrestling Talk. I appreciate all of you guys hanging with me for the last 2 hours. It's been such a great time, such a crazy night. Definitely action packed, not as chaotic, but it's definitely going to be getting there. There's going to be plenty of time for that. We have Bad Blood coming. We have Survivor Series season. We're also Survivor Series War Games season. You know, it's going to be pretty crazy. So yeah, I can't wait for what wrestling brings us in the next couple of months and for this last part of the year of 2024. It's going to be a wild ride. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and don't forget that we do this every Friday. Every Friday, 8:00, we are here with Women's Wrestling Talk for the Honeynight Smackdown Watch Along. And I just want to give some shout outs in the chat before we get out of here. Boza, appreciate you. Dad, Mag, Bobby, Jazz. Shout outs to my little sister Jazz for coming on in the chat. It's always nice to have family support. JMO, thank you for the questions and for the comments and, you know, sparking up some great conversation in this chat as well. Cindil, always a pleasure to see you, Mama. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. All-Star Fandom. Yes, All-Star Fandom. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you guys for all your support. Please don't forget to like this video and like and subscribe and share with your friends the Wrestling with Honey podcast and all things Women's Wrestling Talk. Wilson, Chad, Benitez, thank you as well. Jeffrey, as always, you guys always come in here with your great, amazing energy. I don't want to forget anybody. I feel like I might forget somebody. I hate when I forget somebody. And thought I saw somebody coming on in early. No, maybe not. But Matt, of course. Matt, thank you. Shout outs to Matt. How can I forget? But I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that we were able to come back. I know we took a little break throughout the week, but shout outs to the boss lady for allowing that for us. And I hope everybody had a wonderful Labor Day week. I know lots of people's kids are back to school and everything like that. So make sure you guys enjoy. The new fall season is upon us. September is here, and it is towards the end of a great wrestling year. And I feel like it's just going to gear up for another amazing year of wrestling, just like it did this year. I feel like we're going to get a lot of the same thing next year, but 10 times crazier. And who knows where we'll be by then. Shout outs to all the winners for tonight. Shout outs to Bailey. Shout outs to the Temu bloodline. Shout outs to Kevin Owens. Shout outs to everybody that had put on a great performance this evening for the matches tonight. Can't wait to see what happens going forward now that SmackDown's going to be on USA and things are going to get even more exciting. Things are cooking up. Shout outs to everybody in the WWT crew. Appreciate, love, and respect the hell out of all of you guys so much. Glad to be a part of this WWT family. Shout outs to Chelsea Green, says Bobby. Awesome show. Have a good night. Hope everyone has a great night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our Honeynight Smackdown watch along. And you know that when you're here, you are tuned in with Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Make sure you check out all their merch, wwtalkpod.com. Shout outs to All Caribbean Wrestling. Follow me at All Things Wrestling with Honey TikTok, Wrestling with Honey Instagram, Facebook, Wrestling W Honey, as well as the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube. That's going to be up and running real soon. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Have a great night. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at wwtalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at wwtalkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.